They're side by side through 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, we are hunting the front at Swainsboro. We are green.
The Alabama driver leads the Florida driver down into turn 1, coming out of 2. Sam Seawright will pull along Zach Mitchell, 1-2 with Joyner third.
Mitchell on the bottom, Joyner on the outside. Seawright going to lead lap number 1. Everybody through turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and completing lap number 1. Mitchell on the bottom, Joyner still trying to make it work. He's got the opportunity to get to the bottom. He'll take it this time. And then Mitchell goes to the top. Let's see what Zach Mitchell's got off of turn 4.
Zach Mitchell looking to the outside. Now he'll follow in the tire tracks. The second place driver, the 57, is Zach Mitchell. He goes to the bottom of the racetrack, pushing Seawright down into corner number 3. He's right in the slipstream. He goes to the outside. Mitchell, can he cross over Seawright as they cross start-finish line? He'll stay to his outside this time, shadowing him up on the high side.
Battle for the lead down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Trey Mills has moved into third. Here comes Mitchell on the outside of Seawright. They are door-to-door for the race lead. Seawright knows he's there. At the line that time, it was Seawright by a nose. Seawright, your leader, up the racetrack. They make contact. Him and Mitchell do. Mitchell backs off. He'll try to set sail again. Seawright to the top. To the bottom goes Mitchell. In front of Seawright, he'll slide him.
Slider for slider, haymaker for haymaker right now, as some of the big boys are up front and they're tussling hard. Here comes Trey Mills with the 14.
Don't look now, but Trey Mills in the 14 is there. He's not done. He wants to set into the second spot, and he'll set Seawright up to see what he can do. He's brought Pearson Lee Williams with him. Pearson Lee Williams started 7th. He's up to 4th. Now he wants 3rd.
121 Nation on their feet as Pearson Lee Williams goes for 3rd. He's got the nose in front of the kid from Florida.
We've got a sporty racetrack in Swainsboro, Georgia. Pearson Lee Williams, Trey Mills side by side for 3rd. They're just behind Sam Seawright, who's in 2nd. Pearson Lee slides up in front. No, he doesn't. He left the door open, and Trey Mills took it. Your leader, Zach Mitchell's approaching lap traffic. 3-way battle for 2nd.
3-way battle for 2nd. Alabama battling with Georgia and Florida on the bottom of the racetrack. The Peach Stater looking to get around the Harded XC16. Seawright pinching him down towards the Uke tire. That was almost all she wrote for the 121.
The Win Motorsports 121 of Pearson Lee Williams. That is a hot rod. He is fast on the bottom of the racetrack. Seawright's handling on his car seems like he pushes kind of middle exit of the corner, and that's been opening the door. Pearson Lee Williams trying to get around Zach Mitchell in heavy lap traffic in turn 1.
After the contact with Zach Mitchell earlier in the race, Seawright has been just a bit wounded, but he's able to hold off Pearson Lee Williams. Now Trey Mills has got Carson Ferguson all over him for the 4th spot.
Trey Mills, Carson Ferguson, that's 4th and 5th. Joyner, your outside pole man's fallen back to 6th. Austin Horton 7th. Clay Harris is 8th. 9th is Payton Freeman, but Wil Herrington's there. He's 10th, but wants 9th. Everybody's starting to fan out, but that battle for 2nd, it's a 4-car battle for the lead. Look at Carson Ferguson on the outside.
The 01 pulled to the infield. The 01 pulled to the infield. Ferguson goes high, wide, and handsome. Picks up momentum. The car bit into the surface. He'll take the spot from Mills.
Carson Ferguson has found something on that very top of the racetrack, but he's got a slower car in front of him, so he's got to make a choice as he's worked his way in the 4th. Trey Mills is back to 5th. Now Ferguson's going to pull alongside Pearson Lee Williams down the back straightaway.
Oh, up against the wall. There was contact and sparks, and Ferguson contact to the outside wall. He's now slowing just a bit. Trey Mills gets around him.
The lap traffic has really slowed down Zach Mitchell as Sam Seawright has closed back in to under a half a second. He's 2 car lengths back. Mitchell's on the outside. Seawright's on the bottom. Pearson Lee Williams, Trey Mills. The top 5 are within about a second of each other down the front straightaway.
Top 5, there's Zach Mitchell on camera, and Seawright's right to his bottom. And now Mitchell gets pinched into the wall. The leader got pinched into the wall. A tire gone down probably, and Zach Mitchell has gone from leader to caution flag. And, that's not good.
Oh, Zach Mitchell pinched into the outside retaining wall by the slower car. Not sure if Ryan Crane in the 10 knew he was there or not, but contact and then right side into the wall. Your race leader, Zach Mitchell, that is a tough break. The helmet is off.
Mitchell to the 57. He goes to the outside of the 10. The 10 doesn't know he's there. Into the wall, and the sparks fly.
Yeah, something may have broke there when he tagged the wall on the back straightaway because it just never turned. Play here, look at this. This would be a really good shot here. Yep, Crane just up the racetrack.
Yeah.
Just tough racing and lap traffic deal there. As the green flag is in the air, we're back underway. The battle for second goes to turn one. Mills on the outside, Pearson Lee Williams on the bottom. See what kind of run Mills can get. Here comes Pearson Lee Williams. Here comes Trey Mills on the outside.
Three of them going after the top spot. They may be 3 wide for the lead here in about a corner or so. Carson Ferguson watching it all unfold in front of him as he tries to work the high side.
Here comes Trey Mills to the race lead on the outside. What a move by the 15-year-old. Outside momentum. The 14 has wound up. Your new race leader on lap 17.
You know, he's using that high line and got a lot of speed with it. Better than Sam Seawright's speed right now. Seawright's car not working as well up top. He's in danger because here comes the 121.
Trey Mills, it's early. We're not even halfway yet, but this would undoubtedly. Oh, trouble car around turn 4. That's Dalton Cook in the 44D. As he goes around. Trey Mills, your control car, comes into turn 4. Green flag is back underway at lap number 18 here of 50. Trey Mills on the outside. It worked for him on the last start. It'll work for him this time as Pearson Lee Williams goes to second.
Pearson Lee Williams in second. Sam Seawright now under attack from Carson Ferguson, who has got Josh Joyner right there with him.
Seawright on the outside, Ferguson on the bottom. Now Joyner and Wil Herrington. Don't look now, but Wil Herrington from the 13th starting position is up to the top 6. He's in 6th, and he's not done there. He'll go to 5th there at the start-finish line as Trey Mills, rather 6th. Trey Mills continues to lead there side-by-side for second, side-by-side for third. Joyner slipped off the pace off of 2.
I like the way Harrington's car is working. He was outside. Now he's down the bottom in front of Joyner. Harrington's got a piece that's coming to life right now.
They are running top, they are running middle, they are running bottom here in Swainsboro. Side-by-side for second. It's Seawright on the outside, Ferguson on the bottom. Then it's side-by-side for the 4th spot with Pearson Lee Williams outside. Harrington now on the bottom. These cars are all over the racetrack. Everybody chasing Trey Mills.
Carson Ferguson and Joyner. We've got caution on the racetrack.
Turn 4, Chris Ferguson is around. A pair of 22s around in turn 4. Chris Ferguson, Jeremy Pate. I looked up in time to see Pate spinning well after. So I think something happened to Chris Ferguson.
Pearson Lee Williams is coming out of the race car. Damage to the left front for another one of the top 5.
Trey Mills brings the field back to green.
Where did Payton Freeman come from? The 1 car is now in the conversation.
Here we go, battle for the lead off of turn 2. Seawright is there, sticks to nose under him, so is Carson Ferguson. It's a 3-horse dance for the race lead in turn 3. Oh, Seawright spins, and the yellow flag will fly in front of the field.
You see the 16 on the bottom of the 14. Seawright's car with the 16 will spin as he gets to that point. I think he was trying to stay off Trey and got a little bit more foot into the brake pedal than he anticipated.
That is tight, close corners racing on a very slick and tight racetrack. And, man, you hate that for Seawright. But a good replay there on huntthefront.tv. Close the gap. Now he'll fire. Green flag is back in the air. On lap 22, Trey Mills has got his hand full with Carson Ferguson.
Ferguson on the bottom goes right for the lead. Comes out of corner number 2, and it's a rocket ship, the 93.
On lap 23, Carson Ferguson uses a restart to power to the lead off of turn number 2. Carson Ferguson will lead. Trey Mills and Wil Herrington, your top 3.
Mills lays it over on the right side. Herrington unable to go around him. Mills still in second. Herrington and then Joyner. These 3 chasing Carson Ferguson.
We saw everybody in the top half of the field go to the bottom of the racetrack. The guys toward the back of the pack are using the outside line. They're going to have to get that cleaned off before these guys up front will be able to jump back up there and see what it can do. Carson Ferguson, your leader. Halfway sign, this time by Ferguson leads Mills, who goes back to the top of the racetrack for the first time since the green flag on the restart. Now Herrington is there. He'll look underneath the Mills, but Mills with the outside momentum pulls away.
Back behind them, Payton Freeman in the 1 car. Pretty much static in his position right now. The 1 came to life enough to chase this 10 and the rest of them up front of him. But now he's trapped behind the 10, and the 19 is Herrington down into corner number 3. We're past halfway.
Past halfway, Carson Ferguson has opened up a lead on Trey Mills of about 2 seconds, the advantage. As Wil Herrington is 3rd, Joseph Joyner 4th, and Payton Freeman rounding out your top 5.
Trey Mills, is he just trying to make laps and stay ahead of Herrington for a possible caution and an attack once again on Carson Ferguson?
He could be, and he's going to have to get up on the wheel and go if he's not going to get the benefit of a caution. As Carson Ferguson starting to work in the back marker traffic, that's going to be the only hope if this race stays green. Dylan Knowles off the pace at the top of turn 2.
There's something amiss on the 66. The caution we talked about has come out.
29 laps complete. We are back underway in Swainsboro.
Mills shall do unto others as he has been done to Mills, something like that. Herrington on the outside, sliding way up to the high side. It's 3 wide.
3 wide. They go around Mills. They put him through the middle, and he falls back to 4th. Herrington now in 2nd. Joyner is 3rd. Mills falls back to 4th, and then the F1 of Payton Freeman looks to the inside of Trey Mills.
Yeah, Mills swung way out towards the wall, then cut down on Payton Freeman, and now Mills is in a whole lot of trouble.
Mills is in a whole lot of trouble. The handling or something, the tires has gone away on the 14 car. He has fallen like a rock. Led early, looked like he may have command of this field if it had stayed green. It did not, and now he has fallen back to the 5th position. Carson Ferguson, your race leader. Wil Herrington is 2nd. Joseph Joyner is 3rd. Payton Freeman 4th. Trey Mills 5th. Clay Harris, Austin Horton, Clay Knight, Caleb Gay.
Sparks flying for Payton Freeman there. Something underneath that race car coming in contact with metal to metal as you see it there again.
This is as spread out as the top 3 have been all night long. As Ferguson, Herrington in tow, and Joyner, who's been around the top 5 all night long. He's been coming, he's been going. This time he's trying to make up some ground on Herrington. Carson Ferguson looking ahead in about 2 laps. Seawright off the pace in front of the lap traffic that I was just about to speak of. I believe Seawright's going to get clear. Will stay green in about 2 laps or so. I think Carson Ferguson may have his hands full with slower traffic. Here comes Clay Harris looking under Trey Mills. He'll make that pass off of 4 and move Clay Harris into the 5th position.
15 laps to go. You're watching the leader, Carson Ferguson, on Hunt the Front TV. Ferguson sliding to the outside of turn 4. 14 laps to go here at the flag stand. And right now, he can see that aforementioned lap traffic. Which way will he go around him? He's deciding second by second.
Track starting to become more bottom dominant here as we wind down in this one. And that is to Carson Ferguson's liking, but Herrington is right there. Lap traffic going to become a factor. Now just 0.6 of a second on lap 37. They'll complete lap 38 this time, and we'll see if Herrington has closed the distance. The eye test says he has as they're in turn 4.
I think the eye test has got an A for that one because Wil Herrington does have a very, very good race car, and he's going to the outside where everybody else is on the bottom. Herrington is trying to find speed somewhere else on this racetrack.
Yeah, he went to the outside hoping that it would wound up the momentum there, but it did not. It allowed Joyner to close in, and don't look now, but we've got 3 cars for the race lead. You can throw a blanket on them here as lap 39 goes on the board. It'll be 10 laps remaining this time by. We've got 3 cars up front to decide this race. Who's it going to be as they work off of turn 4?
Little Fergie around the turn 4 U tire, down the straightaway into 1, and they're 2 wide in front of the leader. Which way is he going to go? Here comes Payton Freeman.
Yeah, Joyner and Herrington were side by side as they entered turn 1, and Joyner had to get on the binders to keep from turning himself and Herrington around. That opened the door for Freeman, but everybody got back straight. And just like they were on the 2 laps previous, now there's a lap car of Dalton Cook as a pick between Carson Ferguson and Wil Herrington as they head down the back street.
Herrington following that blue car of Dalton Cook through corner number 4 while Joyner breathes down his neck, and then Payton Freeman is right there to pounce as well. The 44 car of Cook slowing the second and third, while the leader on camera now, Carson Ferguson, going around the 2. Ferguson into 1, slowly, methodically weaving his way through lap traffic. There'll be 6 laps to go when he comes to the flag stand.
6 laps remaining. This time by 44 is complete. 44 laps have been completed this time, as your race leader is Carson Ferguson. Wil Herrington, there's 2 lap cars between him. Like I said, everybody's kind of wound out on the bottom. Carson's got a lap traffic holding him up, but he knows he's got a couple of cars between him and Herrington. Herrington trying to find some way around these lap traffic as this lap traffic, as Joyner's going to look under him, but couldn't make that work that time. So Joyner stays in third. Payton Freeman is right there.
Dalton Cook is certainly thwarting most of the efforts of Herrington, Joyner, and Freeman from having any shot at going after Ferguson. Harrington's got to be frustrated there in the 19 car, as is the other drivers.
Yeah, and you know, Dalton Cook, I'm sure he doesn't know he's holding up Wil Herrington there. Herrington might, if he can get to him, put the bumper to him and say, hey, I got to go.
2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as the leader goes by start-finish.
Carson Ferguson's just got to hit his marks a couple of more laps, as there's still 2 lap cars between himself and Herrington. Barring any yellow flags, this is Carson Ferguson's race to lose. He'll work through 3 and 4 this time by. White flag should be in the air this time by. It is. 1 more lap remaining for Carson Ferguson. Ferguson on the inside of Brendan Smith, working through 1 and 2. He just backs off of it. He's got plenty of room. Down the back straightaway for the final time. He'll work in the turn 3 and 4 this time by. Swainsboro Raceway's $10,000 Hunt the Front main event goes to Carson Ferguson. Second is Wil Herrington. Joseph Joyner third. Payton Freeman fourth. Trey Mills rounding out the top 5. Lenny Baticki, what a race.